Today I'm going to remove this old tile threshold and replace it with a new marble. I also installed new marble on the front of this fireplace. I use the same procedure over here on this threshold. So this old tile I've already begun removing. I'm gonna finish taking it off, and then I'll install this same marble material right here. Follow along if you want to see how this is done. For this job, a really cool new tool. This is a big, massive jackhammer. It is 2200 watts, and I purchased it from Amazon for under $200. Check out the link in the description below to get a hold of one of these. It also comes with a nice case, a case even with wheels. Alternatively, you can rent one of these, perhaps from Home Depot or Lowe's, but for $200, this is an awesome tool to have around. You don't want to remove only the tile, but you also want to remove some original mortar below it. That leaves room for new mortar, your new tile, all to be level with the surface of the original wood floor here. So that means I want to remove more of this mortar here to look something more like this, where I've exposed some of the concrete below the original mortar. The edge of this wood floor is a bit jagged, not perfectly straight, so I'll strike a chalk line here and then cut this wood floor at that line. So the scope of this job just increased. I have some electrical here. I actually want to cover up with drywall. So I'm attaching furring strips to the wall, and then I'll attach drywall over that to cover up things like this and things like this. All this will affect the piece of marble that is attached to this threshold. And now we attach this drywall to the furring strips using some drywall screws. The threshold marble is marked on the back side with a pencil where we need to cut. Let's cut that now with a wet saw. The tile's all cut to size, so we're gonna now mix up some thin set and begin laying the tile. This is the thin set purchased from Home Depot. Just add some water to the powder and mix it up until you get a peanut butter-like consistency. And that's a pretty good consistency. I have my pieces of tile ready. This is the top, and then there's a front piece and another front piece. They're all cut to size, and we're going to apply the tile with the thin set. I'm gonna have to build up this area quite a bit. I have to make the new tile match the level of the existing floor. Also apply some thin set to the back side of your tile. Typically, you'd be working with tools that had a serrated edge on them. You'd use a tool like this with ideally some larger teeth. I'm going to work with what I have right now, and then you would pass those teeth along your tile. That's giving the back of the tile some texture here on this thin set so that it grips the remaining thin set on the other side your floor really well. Now let's lay this tile in place and see how it looks and if we can get it level with the top of the floor. With a rubber mallet, pound your tile to make sure it's in good contact with a thin set. Use a level or a straight edge to make sure that you're flush with the adjacent tile or other kind of flooring. So it's been 24 hours. The top of this marble threshold is set and the thin set has dried. This portion of the marble now needs to be fully attached. I had it in here earlier, just holding up this top marble as that thin set was curing. So now I'll pull out this piece of marble. You can see in here that I have most of this marble fully supported with thin set, although I have to fill up this void in order to 100% support this marble and keep it from cracking under load. So let's put in some thin set here, also back butter. That's what they call when you apply thinset to the back side of tile, and then put this in place. Because I'm applying the thinset to a vertical surface, I've let this thinset set up just 10 minutes. So now it doesn't flow as much. That's exactly what I want on a vertical surface. I'm not a professional, so I'm not anywhere near perfect on this, but I'll do what I can. Okay, it looks like I'm making a bit of a mess of this, and well, I am. But let's see if this works out regardless, and we can clean it up. Let's try to pop this into place. Some weights hold this piece of marble in place while the thinset dries. And now I'm gonna clean up over here. This new marble threshold and the surrounding drywall is looking very good. I'm gonna finish this off with some grout. So I've mixed up the powdered grout with an appropriate amount of water. Right now it's a toothpaste consistency. And I'm gonna press this into the joints between these tiles and at the line where the marble meets the wood floor. You really should use a grout float to apply this grout, but this is a small area, so I'm just gonna use this tool here and my finger to push it into those seams. The tile was previously washed off clean with a wet sponge, and now we're gonna apply this grout, just pressing it deep into these crevices. You can purchase grout of different colors to match your tile and surrounding floor. The grout has firmed up within the joints of the tile, so now I'm going to come in with a damp sponge and clean off all of the excess grout. So it's been over 24 hours since this grout has dried. This entire threshold looks great. It looks far better than it did with the original tile. I'm no professional at this kind of tile work, but I'd say this project turned out incredibly well. The marble tile work on this adjacent fireplace was also replaced in a very similar way. As you can see, I still have to finish up some drywall work and some trim work, but at that point, this project will be entirely complete. So I hope this helps you with your project.